I'm Noah Hertzbunzel. I'm a coordinator for Americans in Israel for Obama, and I want to officially welcome you all to this All-Israel conference call with Representative Gary Ackerman, who is the chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on the Middle East and South Asia.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for your enthusiasm and your support. We have a lot of work cut out for us. We think that we have one great candidate for any number of reasons, and one of the many reasons, which is because of a full-fledged lying frontal attack by the opposition, indicates that they feel that they have the ability to swing more votes on from the Jewish community than they might ordinarily be entitled. But they're doing that by not just innuendo, but outright lies. I just want to tell you all, as somebody who not only follows but works on issues of Israel's security in the Middle East very, very carefully full-time, that we have a candidate who is committed to Israel's security, understands the issue from a gut level, not just an intellectual level, and has a very, very reasonable approach to it. I would like to take questions.
Lior, why don't you go ahead?
Sure. This is, I guess, a strategy question for the election season. I think I'm specifically interested in the population of Jewish Americans who are, in fact, Russian Jewish Americans, Jews who've come to America from Russian-speaking countries in the last several decades. Many, in fact, in New York, also in Florida, Michigan, other swing states. These Jews, in particular, tend to be particularly right-wing in their politics and particularly likely to support McCain in this election.
It's not just recent Russian Jewish emigres, but it is a phenomena that we've noticed historically, that there are members of immigrant communities that come to the United States from countries where there is a very, very oppressive leader. And for some reason, within these communities, they have the notion since the time of Nixon that Republicans are stronger on oppressive regimes than are Democrats. That could not be further from the truth. We have that, and I'll speak to the issue of New York and other places, not just in the Russian community. We have it in the Iranian Jewish or Persian community. We see it in the Taiwanese community. We see it in the Cuban-American community, where they would tend to vote Republican on the national level because they think Republicans are strong. That's part of their franchise advertisement. The argument here to be made is that strength might be important, but strength isn't the only thing. You have to be strong, but also smart. You can point to the war in Iraq right now, in which was initiated by a Republican president with the support of many of us who are Democrats. And you will find, as all could note, that the prime beneficiary of a close to $1 trillion of our investment, the prime beneficiary of our war in Iraq has been Iran, and Iran is the chief threat to peace and security in the world, specifically to Israel. It's not just the strength; it's strength combined with intelligence and a smart approach. Certainly, more of the same on the part of the Republican candidate, who is just a repeat of Bush 1 and Bush 2. Is not going to get us to the place that we need. We need a reasonable approach with strength. Barack Obama has said everything is on the table with regard to Iran, even the military option. We take nothing off the table. We negotiate from a position of strength, but the key to it is that we have to negotiate. They are making much of our candidates' willingness to have at the appropriate level discussions and negotiations with any enemy, and I think that is the right approach, because when it comes right down to it, you have no resolution of any problem until you have discussions. That doesn't mean he's weak. That doesn't mean he's going to give anything away. He's tough and he's smart.
Joanne?
Yeah, I would really like to know how Senator Obama would function if he were faced with a right-wing Israel that is not going to pursue the two-state plan, but is once again got itself stuck in the Greater Israel Plan, and so much is going on in the West Bank, funded by American Jews, building illegal housing, expanding the settlements, and so I really want to know so that I can pass this on to people who are concerned that the country may become right-wing, and how will a more progressive U.S. president deal with it?
Barack Obama has spoken to the issue of settlements. He has said that they are unhelpful. But it is my view, and I might be wrong, that most people in Israel understand that eventually you have to have a two-state solution. Because if you only have a one-state solution, then the president of Israel and the prime minister of Israel is certainly not going to have a Jewish-sounding name. That's the reality. But people, I think, are concerned that they have a two-state solution that guarantees Israel's security and Israel's existence as a Jewish state. Barack Obama has said that consistently throughout his career, and absolutely committed to that notion. That is the smart part that comes with the equation. It's the smart both and the strength as well. He is also committed, as am I, as are most of the Jewish American members of Congress, U.S. Congress, to the notion that you have to strengthen the Palestinian Authority and anybody within the authority who speaks to the issue of negotiating with Israel, denouncing violence, and we have to make sure that within the two-state solution they have the tools and ability and the assets and the will and determination as far as we can direct it, inspire it, to make sure that their country moves in that direction, that they stay in power. The question we have is not one of not supporting the Palestinian Authority, but how do you smartly support it so that it can guarantee and protect themselves eventually and provide their own security, because that's one of the guarantors of Israeli security. Otherwise, you wind up with a three-state solution, which we're probably closer to right now than a two-state solution.
This is from Dovid in Spot, and Dovid says, what do you tell an American who doesn't know that he should be voting in a U.S. election and doesn't recognize Obama's personal convictions and life experience?
Well, I would suggest that person be given a copy of the interview that I believe it was Jeff Goldberg did in the Atlantic. It is a wonderful article, and you hear Obama talking to his beliefs from his gut, and they ask him very, very probing questions. If you've not seen it, it should be a must-read for you. Well, let me thank everybody for their interest. This is a very critical election that we know. We are faced with many issues, and we have a candidate who has addressing them in a way that I believe most of the people who are on this call understand and appreciate. What we have to do is motivate everybody that we can to participate in voting in this election. Take nobody for granted. On the issues of Israel, we have a candidate who is smart and strong. On the issues that are near and dear to most of us, if not every single one of us, is the question of the United States Constitution and what it means to us. And that goes to the heart of who will be appointing members of the United States Supreme Court, who will be making these decisions for generations to come, laying the framework and the foundation and continuing the bedrock of our freedom and democracy on women's rights, on civil rights, on human rights, and all of the interpretations and personal liberties that are guaranteed by the Constitution. Should it be the George Bush people making that determination, or should it be the people that we know and trust, such as Barack Obama, who has the support of almost every single Jewish member of Congress on all of these issues? I think that this election is going to be very, very close, and the work that you do could be making the finite difference in how it turns out.
And I hope to see you on the streets with signs. I hope to see you making calls, and I mean us, making calls to swing voters in America, and keeping up the good work. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you for organizing, Marcella.
Don't forget www.votefromabroad.org.